welcome you to today's devotion from William J. It is from Lamentations chapter 4, verse 20. The Bible reads, "The breath of our nostrils, the Lord's anointed, was captured in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the nations." The words are spoken of Zedekiah, the last king of Judah, and two things are to be noticed and expanded upon. First, how his people regarded him. They called him the breath of their nostrils. That is, he seemed as dear and necessary as the air they breathed. How prone we are to make too much of men. To love them properly is a duty, but to overvalue them is folly and sin. Yet even Christians are in danger of this, according to the Apostle John, who said, "Little children, keep yourself from idols." And who can cast stones at Zedekiah's subjects? Is there no person who is the breath of our nostrils? Have we never made a man our hope of strength? Have we never said of a child, he is our comfort, never called riches our hope? What is all sin but a departure from God, a transferring of that fear and confidence and dependence and honor to a person, which are all due to the Creator, God over all, blessed forevermore? True faith is nothing more than a compliance with the demand, "My son, give me your heart." Secondly, observe how Zedekiah disappointed them. They rested their trust in him and expected that under his empire they would enjoy security and happiness among the surrounding nations. Their words, "We said of him, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen," but he was taken in their pits. Regarding his unsuccessful effort to escape when Jerusalem was destroyed, all the men of war fled and went forth out of the city by night, by way of the gate between the two walls which was by the king's garden. But the army of the Chaldeans pursued after the king, and overtook Zedekiah in the plains of Jericho, and all his army was scattered from him. Then they took the king and carried him up to the king of Babylon in the land of Hamath, where he gave judgment upon him. Thus painfully their hopes were misled, and their idol, instead of defending and blessing them, was himself bereaved and blinded and imprisoned for life. And the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes. He also slew all the princes of Judah. Then he put out the eyes of Zedekiah, and the king of Babylon bound him in chains, and carried him to Babylon, and put him in prison until the day of his death. Thus likely are we to be disappointed when we confide in men. The young are peculiarly exposed here, owing to their ignorance and experience. Yet the old are not always wise, and we are the authors of our own disappointments. We disregard the notices of history and observation and the word of truth, and look for that in men for which they are neither designed nor able to provide. There is no assurance that we will keep any of our earthly possessions or enjoyments, as they are all open to outward destruction, corruptible in their qualities, and they perish as they are used. And there is not only a physical but a moral uncertainty in their duration. For when we look to them rather than God, God will either take them away that we may make him the only strength of our heart and portion forever, or if he leaves them, he will take away the comfort from them and use them to correct our desires. For whatever we create as the means of our forsaking or forgetting God, God will make it the instrument of him chastening us. Many have reason to say, "It is good for me that I have been afflicted." The action of God that removed the man introduced them to the God of all grace, and the valley of Achor became the door of hope. And so it has been not only in the beginning, but in the progress of the divine life. The Lord's people have been enriched by their worldly losses, and in the failures of human dependence, they have taken a fresh hold of the Lord and said, "I will trust and not be afraid, for the Lord Jehovah is my strength and my song. He has also become my salvation." When a good man was observed to be as cheerful in adversity as he had been in prosperity, he gave the reason and said, When I had everything about me, I enjoyed God and all. And now I have nothing. I enjoy all in God. And happy is he who, when he abounds, can say with the poet, "To you, God, we owe our wealth and friends, our health and safe home. Thanks to your name for lesser things, but they are not my God." And who, when he is abased, can say with the prophet, "Although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall the fruit be on the vine, the labor of the olive shall fail, and the field shall not yet you meet. The flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stalls. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will rejoice in my salvation." A very wise word from William J. We are so apt to idolize men, and some even in the ministry. We make them to be so much more than what they are. And all of our alliance and all of our love must be toward the Lord only. Thanks so much for listening in, and I hope to see you tomorrow.